corruption, nepotism, or mismanagement are problems in our county government? If so, how would you address those problems?
As a retired peace officer and having served on the grand jury where we served down felonies against corruption in our county government, it's not my opinion, it's fact. It's factual that we have corruption, that we have problems in our government. We don't have systems for accountability. I was aghast at the lack of accountability for just the basic services that the janitors would provide. If they didn't do their job and they went out in their truck and slept all night instead of cleaning the human services building, there's no accountability for that. The systems aren't there. It's based upon the supervisor seeing something and taking action. Well, we've had decades of inaction, and the consequences of that is we have our landfill equipment is in serious decay. Our special districts, who are supposed to be maintained by the county, is in serious decay. All of our functions are in decay, in fact, not in opinion, in fact. And so I would approach that aggressively. We can talk about all the things we want to do to fix all these other problems, but until we fix that central core problem of county bureaucracy not doing the job, but being an impediment to people, but not doing their job, something has to change. If we don't change that, you're going to keep getting another 40 years of decay and corruption in this county. So that would be something I would go after, and I would listen to what the grand jury has to say and respond accordingly.
What would each of you do to curb the expensive over-reliance on consultants that seems to be the norm now in this county when we need capable staff? What would you do so that we can have follow-up and accountability at the county level instead of farming out very expensively the tasks that ideally should be done in-house in county? Thank you.
Yeah, consulting is like a wild calf running around in your field. You're like, what's going on here? It's simpler for a bureaucrat to transfer a job they're supposed to do to somebody else. And as long as that avenue is open to them, they would pick it. I would pick it. It's like, if I don't have to do my job and the county will pay for it because it's not coming out of my pocket, pay somebody else to do my job, then I'm going to choose that, and I'm going to feign ignorance or inexperience or whatever I need. When I was on a grand jury, we found that to be epidemic within the county. Department managers, people who should know what they're doing, engineers even, that stuff frequently, if it can be farmed out to a consultant, it is. And we need to just put a roadblock up and say, hey, you're hired to do this job. If you're an engineer, if you're roads, if you're over in the landfill. What I've seen right now is that all of these departments are decaying. And no consultants in the world is going to fix it because they're allowed to decay. And so we need to reverse that trend. We need to work with our employees at the county level and say, you don't have access to a consultant. We need to identify who needs a consultant and who doesn't need a consultant from the top. And then if we desperately need a consultant to get a grant or to get something done, then we'll get the consultant. But if we don't need it, we don't get it. We don't use it. We don't allow it to happen. We spend that money on better employees, more higher qualified employees. So that would be my response.